Soccer is returning soon, so we will see if the Sounders can live up to expectations. And preparing for the season, the Seattle Reign sign another player. Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show where we love Seattle Pro Sports. I'm your host, Mikey. And you heard it right. Soccer is returning soon. This Saturday, 1:45 p.m., the Seattle Sounders will take on LAFC. Again, 1:45 p.m., Saturday, February 24th. It is the first game of the season, so of course, this will be on Apple TV, MLS Season Pass. So you're gonna have, we talked about. It still annoys me that there's so many games that you can only get on Apple TV, and then additionally playing for MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Well, thankfully, it's the first game of the season, so that's kind of a bigger deal. So it's also going to be aired on Fox, so you will be able to watch this game on Fox, and it will just be on Apple TV free as well. So you will have multiple ways to watch this game without having to pay the extra fee of the MLS Season Pass. So, with that being said, try to watch it. If you're watching on YouTube right now, comment below and let me know if you are going to watch this game and if you are just excited for soccer returning in general. Okay. With the season being just a couple of days away now, they had an interview with Brian Schmetzer and some of the players from the team at the facilities. And for Brian Schmetzer, they were asking him how the team is going to look during the season, and he said he still doesn't know for sure. The team's still making tweaks. Again, paraphrasing here. If anytime you want to go check out these interviews, these videos, you can go check them out for yourselves. This is going to be straight from the Sounders website or the Sounders YouTube page. Okay, so he was talking about they're still making tweaks. The first couple of games is not necessarily going to dictate what happens the rest of the season, and that just means they're still figuring out chemistry and who's going to be where, who's going to take the leadership role, and who's going to be really vocal in making sure the players are in the correct position when they need to be there, so that they can score more goals this season, because that is the goal this season, is to score more goals. As you said, it was no secret that they struggled at that at times last season, and it's just about making sure that some of the leaders up front there need to be making sure they're calling out to the other teammates and making sure they're in the correct place at the correct time, so you really get players in the right position to be able to break down a defense. So that's what we're going to be looking for from the Sounders this season. It's just a more consistent play and more consistent, scoring goals. And that might take them a couple of games to figure out exactly how they want that to look on the field. But it should be a fun watch because I do expect them to score more goals this season. A couple players, have another year of maturity under their belt, another year of experience. We got some, come on, De La Vega. We added some powerhouse to this team. Now, yes, we lost Nicola, and Stephen Fry addressed that in his interview, saying, that would normally be a hard loss for any team, and it's still a loss. But the fact is, in Seattle, there's a lot of players that have been on the team for a long time, even young players. Some of them, only in their mid-20s, but already have, 7, 8, 9 years of experience. So they are veteran players, and they have, leadership skills, and they can be leaders. So, not going to have any trouble on that front. Now, just how good do we think the Sounders are going to be this season? Well, we can, take note from, MLS themselves and their rankings on what they think is going to happen this season. They have the Seattle Sounders as the favorite to win the Western Conference. So, we're looking good. I mean, they have us ranked number 3 overall in MLS. Again, Nicola Ladero retires, but or leaves, but Pedro de la Vega coming in here, and just the dynamic scoring ability he's going to bring to the team. Again, I think I'm just hoping. Okay, so did it work out that way for us last season as well, and we went to the playoffs? Yes. We didn't win the championship, so ultimately it was a disappointment, and same thing would go for this season. But I feel like this season is going to be a lot more fun. I almost compare the Sounders season to Julio Rodriguez's Julio Rodriguez season last year in baseball, right? At the plate, where Julio finished 4th in MVP voting, but there were times where he just looked average, right? And didn't come up in big situations. So on the whole, as a season, it was very good results. But it was inconsistent at times. And Julio even said that himself. We'll get to that when we talk about the Mariners on another episode. But that's what the Sounders were like last year. Just just not quite being able to put it together on a consistent basis, and that's what we're going to need to see this season to really make sure that we do win the Western Conference and that we go into the playoffs, strong and favored to win the championship fully, hopefully by the time we get that far. All right, so there's your Sounders update. Again, game coming up this Saturday, February 24th, 1:45 p.m. You will be able to watch it on Fox or Apple TV. If you don't have MLS season pass, it's on. It's going to be on Apple TV, free version as well. So make sure you check it out. All right, there's your Sounders. This was going to be a pretty short episode anyway, so we're just going to lump in the Seattle Reign into this episode, who don't have much news, but there was a signing. Mackenzie Weinert signs to the Seattle Reign today, and let's talk a little bit about Mackenzie. They have a little blurb about her. She did play with the Seattle Reign. As recently as this year during preseason, and as a non-roster invitee during the regular season as a national team replacement player. That was before the season started. Okay. And then at that point, then she went over to the Melbourne Victory FC in the A League women, the top women's division, the top division for the women's soccer in Australia. There, she played in 17 games and started in all of them. She got 5 goals and an assist in that time, and that was good enough to be the second most combined goals and assists for Melbourne Victory FC. If you don't know Mackenzie, she played at the University of Washington for 2 years. Scored 8 goals there, had 5 assists. Before that, she played at Oregon State University from 2017 to 2020. 46 starts and 50 appearances, and had 13 goals and 3 assists there. So we're looking at a 26-year-old player who's got experience. So I think this should just add more depth to our team. Like I said, I was initially looking at this team. We knew Megan Rapinoe was retiring after the end of last season, and then with free agency and the expansion teams coming in and taking players from us, I was a little bit nervous. But just looking at the roster, I was like, oh, actually, there's a lot of depth on the team, so I think we're going to be okay. And then with what they went out and signed in free agency, it's feeling like the Seattle Reign should, they should be ranked pretty high up there again as well. As far as I know, I haven't seen any sort of NWSL rankings to this point. We're still about a month away from that season starting, but I'm thinking the Seattle Reign is going to be ranked pretty high up there. So there you go. That was our signing for Mackenzie Weinert. Let me know if you are excited about that signing and if you are excited about the Seattle Reign season coming up in general. All right, and that's our soccer update for this episode. Just excited that we're having 2 of the great teams of this city returning to play, and that they both currently have great roster and will be contending for championships again. And that's why I'm just, I'm a fan of Seattle sports, and I just love to cheer them all on. Have pride in our city, and love to see these great athletes represent our city and hopefully bring home another championship for us. All right, that is going to be the episode. Please like, subscribe, comment, Let me know if you agree with MLS. Um, and do you think the Sounders are the favorite to win their Western Conference? And if you want to talk some rain, let me know. How high would you rank them for this upcoming season? All right. If you're listening on the podcast, please follow, subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star, rating with a written review. That helps the show grow, and I appreciate that so much. So thanks for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.